cat. Everybody laughing.
Good evening and welcome to Posse Presents. This evening with me is the lovely Lisa Robin from Blankets and Bowls. Lisa, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
It's okay, don't be nervous. I think it's so cute when everybody's like, oh my God, I'm on TV. But this is really cool to have you on because you do some really cool stuff. But before we get into that, I just want to give everybody a little birthday update. You know, last week I went my whole show talking about all the dogs I wanted to save. This week we got Cassie out of Waterbury, which was a beautiful thing because she was about to be top of the list. And I can't do it without getting teary-eyed. January went home today. So, yep, we got applause.
Great news.
Thanks to Kristen and her husband. Look at the booth. We've got them going crazy in there. January was in the Bristol Pound since January. And he had kind of a bad break last night, but sometimes it's fate. You know, he went into a home and something happened between the family's dog and him, and within hours he was returned. And Kristen had messaged me last night that she was going to go meet him this morning, and she did. And he is now running around her house, chilling in her yard. She said he's really mellow. And, you know,
So great.
whether she is going to keep him or place him remains to be seen. Doesn't matter. He's not in that shelter, and it's a beautiful thing. And I'm going to try so hard not to cry because it doesn't matter how bad my life gets. Tell me a dog went home, and I'm in tears. I can't help it. But anyway, that leaves us with a few more dogs that I was trying to get saved. And Bonnie and Clyde are top of my list right now. You know, you're familiar with Bonnie and Clyde in Branford.
Mm-hmm.
They've been in a shelter since probably the beginning of the year, went home for a few days. Bonnie ate the bird. They ended up back in the shelter. I mean, you know, like I keep saying, poor bird, but poor Bonnie and Clyde. So let's get them out of Branford, and let's do it quick because my birthday's only next week. So we got to get them home and safe.
Absolutely.
And that's pretty much, I mean, there was a couple other dogs. There's Ruby, which you and I were talking about protectors of animals last night. We were on the phone.
Absolutely.
And that's my Ruby. She's kind of over your shoulder if you look up on the screen there. She doesn't look like that now. She looks like a happy, healthy, chunky monkey. And she's been on a long journey, and she needs to be home, so she's another one. Any number of dogs I mentioned last week, look at my Posse Presents page, get it done. You've got just under a week.
Mm-hmm.
And
Big birthday week coming up.
yeah, I think we can make it happen. I really do.
We've got some work to do.
Yeah, you know, everybody's aware, and if there's anybody out there who can work up a picture for me, that's something I posted on my page. I have an idea. But I'm skillless, so contact me. Call me. Let's do lunch. Anyway, Lisa, Blankets and Bowls. It's a beautiful thing. You do such wonderful things for the animals in need. Tell us, what is Blankets and Bowls? I know, but tell everybody who doesn't know or needs to be reinforced what Blankets and Bowls is all about.
Blankets&Bowls is an organization to help the shelter animals, also animals in rescue or foster homes, by providing them with comfort items, things to make their daily lives more passable, pleasurable, comfortable, and soothing for them.
So you are talking literally blankets and treats and
Toys
and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
The things that make their existence, you know, an animal in a shelter doesn't have much.
Nothing,
And
yeah.
I always say that, you know, they're in a cage, they're just hanging out. Some places allow them to have treats and toys.
Yep.
Other places don't, but that's usually not the stuff that's in a budget. So
Right.
people, angels, need to come along and provide these things. So
We're reaching out to those angels to help collect and gather and unite and show the compassion and provide for the shelters and for many cats and dogs.
yeah, I mean, I've given you a call a couple times and said,
Yes.
hey, this place, or
Yep.
messaged you or whatever, hey, this place just posted, they need. So
And we
you've-
reach out to them.
you've stepped up on a number of occasions that I'm aware of, and of course, clearly far more than I'm not aware of, but you definitely deliver. And you were
We're
telling
trying.
you were telling me a story. You're local, but you're not local. You were telling me a story last night that I thought was really cool. You engaged your neighbor.
My neighbor, yes. This all happened just this last week. Knew of a rescue group down in the DC area, and they have an extensive foster home program. They pull dogs from many shelters in North Carolina and Virginia. And
A lot of kill shelters down there.
very high kill shelters, and we were able to gather up and collect for them. My neighbor works down in DC, and he was going down there with an empty car, so we gathered up
A moving target.
a carload of items: blankets, bedding, toys, some stainless steel bowls, and they all made it down there on Thursday, and the group picked them up Thursday evening for distribution this weekend to their fosters.
That's awesome. That honestly,
It
I mean,
happened.
You had to have felt really good about just like it all fell into place for you like that. And
It was thrilling.
you said your neighbor kind of got into it too.
My neighbor did. He texted me and said, the delivery happened and I'm ready for the next carload.
Yeah. See, so when you're
was
trying
great.
to, we've still
It
got
was
cheers
awesome.
in the booth.
Yeah.
When you've got something going on, it's contagious.
It's thrilling.
Yeah, it really is. It's like me crying over a dog going home. It's like the chills when something good happens and you know that you helped it.
It's energizing
yeah.
to keep going forward.
And you were saying how you try to unite people for the cause, and talk a little bit about that.
Well, we love uniting the kids and getting the kids involved because it's such a learning curve for them, and when the parents are so on board with it, it's great. So a lot of the kids with their birthday parties are inviting their friends to give a gift for the animals.
Right. Instead of now the shelter that I used to be involved with here in town, we had some children who were very selflessly didn't want anything for themselves. It was bring something for the animals.
Absolutely.
And so you've had a lot of that going on, have you?
Absolutely, it's been happening.
Yeah,
So-
and that's pretty awesome. I mean, if you've got something like that where you can instill that in your children, that's the next generation of like us. They're
Oh, yeah.
gonna carry on and be inspired by it, and maybe inspire their friends, and and they think of that stuff on their own. That's just priceless.
They'll approach their parents and want to do that for the animals.
Yeah.
There was a little girl, Rose, for her 8th birthday, invited all of her friends to bring something for the animals. And they collected.
And she in turn.
She in turn adopted 2 kittens. Their family adopted 2 kittens.
Yeah. So you
It's
have
the ultimate goal for the organization.
Yeah. You definitely get different facets of the participation. You get the children getting excited about it, and sometimes I think that the kids can lead their parents along, and where a parent was maybe a little hesitant, how do you like kind of stunt your kids' growth like that? You really can't.
Right.
So you have to be on board. I mean, if your kid was into ballet lessons or acting class or something, you'd encourage that. So if your kid's into helping out shelter animals, how do you turn that away?
Right.
So you've got some pictures that you brought.
I do.
And it showcases. Can we get the other camera up here and we'll show
Oh, yeah, this is a good one.
some of these pictures? Here we go. If you just want to show them to that camera right there. And
Ooh, which way?
yeah, I know, right? You got to go that way.
Yep.
So what do we got going on with that family there and all those donations?
The family is the Gorman family. That was a triple birthday party. All 3 children collected from all their friends, and that was one big collection. All those items were distributed.
And you were able to put them into the hands of shelters that were in need of
That was
things.
distributed probably amongst maybe 3 to 4 different shelters,
Wow.
depending on the shelter's needs.
That's pretty fabulous. That's an awful lot of stuff. That's really rewarding. And who do we have on the couch there, or is that a chair?
That's my rescue dog.
That Sugar?
That is my dog Sugar, helping me package up some items.
Now, does Sugar get into the mix when you've got stuff like all over the place and
She
you're
does.
trying to?
She's the inspector of all the toys that come through.
Okay, so if they don't pass Sugar's test, they don't get sent to the
They're
shelters.
not good enough for the shelter.
Oh, no, that's adorable.
They have to be the best for the shelters, so she helps me package things up and get them ready to go.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And Sugar joined you on a kind of a neat adventure last weekend.
She did. She actually went on a TV set.
Yep, she was like, it was more of a network situation than we are. And that's airing this weekend
It
on,
is.
what's the name of that show?
It is Pet Talk Channel 12 News.
Right, so you can catch Lisa and Sugar on that. So we've got
Just a couple more.
a couple more pictures here, and yeah, we're gonna just, what do we got there? We got some more stuff, that's for sure.
Lots of collected items. The one in the back of my car was Hartford, City of Hartford,
Oh, the City of Hartford Animal Shelter got all that stuff?
all of that.
Oh, that's awesome.
A lot of bedding and some toys and things like that. And the top picture was at Yonkers.
Yonkers. Oh, you know, that's a place that,
Incredible.
yeah, they are really incredible. They're like beyond our reach as far as like our general area, but they're really not. Like if you can go to DC, you can go to Yonkers.
Oh yeah.
You know?
I go there. I've been there 3 times.
Yeah, I would love to do that someday.
We'll go.
Yeah, I
I'll
will
go
join
with
you.
you. I would love that.
I will absolutely join you because
Great
Yonkers.
people.
You were saying they have 100 dogs there?
It's averaging about 100 dogs right now, and they live there forever.
Yep, they don't, you know, they get full, but they don't do anything about it, but just try harder to place them.
Yep. The
It's-
networking's really starting to happen for them.
Yeah, and they just had this.
Same with Stanford. So.
Yeah, they just had this poor dog, Tootsie. We were talking about her.
Oh yeah, Tootsie.
There was. Did you see the picture on Facebook today of her in the crate in her new
Yes.
place with her pink collar and her little toy?
Yeah.
This
New
poor
collar.
dog, people. She has like something wrong with her eyes. You leave those up.
Oh,
Yeah. For the moment, anyway.
Tootsie, what a special girl.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about Tootsie in a second. What's going on in that bottom picture?
The bottom picture was another collection for distribution, Pets Alive. Some stayed in Westchester, some went down to Puerto Rico.
Cool. That's really far reach. That's really nice.
They actually reached out to me, Puerto Rico, so I
Really?
was happy to be able to do that.
Cool. Can we get the camera back on us, please? Camera 2. Thank you very much. See, there we do it all like. So yeah, Tootsie was this poor dog that they found, and Yonkers took her in, and she had like some defect with her eyes. She had a defect with her paws.
All
She
4 paws.
clearly just had a litter. She was a hot mess, and it was the saddest thing to see. And they placed her, I guess, with a rescue.
With a SNAR, SNARR,
Right.
in the Northeast here.
And you know, miracles can happen for these dogs if we work hard
absolutely.
enough. And
And
it's
they
like
did it.
so cool.
They did
and
it.
they did her quickly too.
I think it was all within a week.
Yeah, I
Or
mean, it was a
just a
matter of
week.
days, it seemed, that, you know, she popped up on Facebook. Folks, if you're not on Facebook, you're missing so
huge.
much. You know,
It's
I
huge.
was saying last week that if you're not on Facebook and you're watching the show, and my mission was to make people go to my Facebook page and see these dogs, and while they were seeing them, share them. And I said, if you're not on Facebook, email me or contact me or do something, because I'll get you the pictures of the dogs. There's like no excuse. I'm not on
yeah.
Facebook. I can't visit your page. Yeah, lame. If you're not on Facebook, you should be on Facebook, because the magic happens. Things like seeing that a shelter is in need, seeing that, you know, something needs to happen, and
Oh,
you know,
yes.
you come along and you're like the fairy godmother, and
Wow.
you know, you make things
It
happen.
doesn't happen unless it happens.
Yeah, it
so.
doesn't happen unless people see and are aware and can get involved. And that's really, really a beautiful cycle. You know, it's the same cycle when you trying to find the dogs homes, when you're trying to get them supplies. You know, you just put it out there, and you know, it's like Facebook answers you. It's almost like a shouting from the mountaintops. You know, you've got
And you
like
meet so many incredible people.
you do. I have to say, I have been very fortunate, yourself included, to have met just some of the most fabulous people that, you know, otherwise we never would have met if it wasn't for
Exactly.
the common interest and, you know, the being in the same circles and, you know, even just like the whole Facebook thing, like, oh, hey, that person is doing something I really like. I mean, friend them or whatever. And that, I
Yes.
think that's like how kind of we connected, and then we met at Running for Rescues thing.
Absolutely,
and,
yeah.
it was
Another
really
great
cool.
organization.
Yep, and they've been on the show too. And I remember I said to you, hey, you know, you want to come on the show? I'm not ready. Well, now you're ready. You're
I'm
going
here.
for it. Yep, you're absolutely going for it. You've got a Facebook page,
We do.
and it's Blankets&Bowls. You've got a saying posted up there by St. Francis of Assisi. And do you know it by heart?
Start by doing what's necessary, then do what's possible, and suddenly you're doing the impossible.
Yep. Now, if you think about that, that's pretty amazing. And it's true.
It's so true.
You know, start by doing what is necessary. Do what you got to do. You know,
And then it happens.
and then it happens. Then do what is possible. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Right? And the next thing you know, you're doing the impossible. You can move mountains.
I never thought I could get something to DC, and I knew, I just kept thinking and working it in my brain. I'm like, I think I can do it, and it happened.
Yeah.
And we're going to continue to do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great connection. And even though there's the distance, you've got a courier, you know? And
I've got
it's-
couriers in Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, and Texas.
That's pretty awesome. You know, how you've got to post the need, you've got to put the need out there, and people will come. You know, it's. I was having this conversation earlier today with somebody else about how, you know, it's people seem to like to have, you know, that instant, you know, I need this done now. Sometimes you just got to put stuff out there and watch it unfold.
Right.
You have to have just a tad of patience, and sooner or later, everything just falls into place. And I'm sure when you started out, you didn't have those people to curry all that stuff, you know, and drive up, but you put it out there, and that's the power of Facebook, folks.
Right.
Don't ever forget it.
Looking for a courier to the Carolinas. That's my hurdle in the road right now. So
Wow, you know, it's funny because somebody I know is heading down that way, like probably like now.
okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it might be too late to catch her, but I don't know.
Need the Carolina connection.
Yeah,
Big need. There's
Oh.
a big need down there. So
yeah. And so
it'll happen though.
what other places have you helped locally?
Locally, Hope Alliance in New Haven, Stamford, making a delivery of some items to Bridgeport this week.
Nice.
Not much, but we have some things for them. Bristol, just a small donation deliveries. Other local protector of animals, Animals for Life, Meriden.
So it's not like you're just focused on the far reaches. You know, you're
No.
definitely doing stuff right here.
I want to help at home
Yeah.
as well.
And-
Massachusetts as well.
Yeah, and Hartford's huge because, like, we all know how hard those ladies work. I mean, they're amazing, and I'll just
Nonstop.
Yeah, I'll take this moment. Sherry, Sherry is awesome,
Dynamite.
and she has such a support network in, like, Laurel and Denise and Jody, and, you know, heaven forbid, I don't want to forget anybody, so don't kill me, ladies.
Is it Megan?
Yep. There's just so many people that work so hard to save those dogs. They have urgents every day.
Every day.
It's not like, you know, it took me a little while to wrap my mind around that. They don't have like, all right, well, we're full now. We either got to get everybody out of here or, you know, we've got a problem. It's 10 days and done, 10 days and done. And I didn't understand that at first. I was like, first time I ever talked to Sherry, I'm like, so Sherry, like, how many kennels do you have? You know, what constitutes full? What's your time constraints? She's like, oh no, 10 days. And I'm like, huh? but
It's real.
it's very real, and they have not lost a dog other than a couple of incidents, unforeseen incidents, in over a year. So that to me is just amazing.
And it's the power of Facebook.
Yeah, it's the power of Facebook. And I will say a belated happy birthday to Sherry, because I know it was just her birthday too. She's another July baby. You know, I don't know. I don't know what it is about us. Us and our thing for animals, you know, but I mean, it's not just July babies, but of course not. She's just a warrior. She's a total warrior princess, and you can't ever.
And a great animal control officer.
Yeah, I mean, I really think that she is like what they should write the handbook around. You know, be like Sherry, and everything will be cool.
And then she gets to go to the Super Bowl too.
That was amazing. You know, they had.
I voted for her.
Yeah, they had a contest where, you know, if you voted somebody in to get like this trip to the Super Bowl, and amazing Sherry got voted
I think it had
in.
to be a city employee.
Yeah, it had to be like a somebody official, sort of, not just like you or me.
Right.
But yeah, she deserved it.
She did.
She really did. And
What a special treat for her to go.
yeah, it was, because I think her team was playing, right?
She went for the Patriots.
Yeah, because I'm like really not into football, okay? I'm the one who
The
posted,
Patriots Center.
Yeah,
the
I'm
New
the
England
one who posted
team.
the thing about the Yankees, you know?
Oh, the Red Sox?
Yeah, the Red Sox were like this, and
Yeah.
the Yankees were like
You were
this.
supposed to
and-
flip that.
Yeah, no. See, there's a lot of arguing going on my page with that right now.
I saw
but,
that.
like, you know, I can handle it because I'm a girl from New York, so I can't, you know, I can't be like that. So every now and then it's really good to stir it up.
That was a great one.
Yeah, it's really good to stir it up and watch people like fight it out
yeah.
on your page. I mean, you know, you just sit back and you laugh at like all the drama, you know. But you know, no drama involved here. What I think we should do now is, if anybody wants to find out more about Blankets and Bowls and how to get involved and how they can help provide these shelter animals with some comfort, the link to your page is on my Pound Posse Presents page on Facebook. But you've also got your Facebook page,
We have our Facebook page, Blankets&Bowls.
and you also have a
A
website.
website, which is blanketsandbowls.org. It's all written out.
Okay, one more time.
Blanketsandbowls.org.
And is there an email address or a phone number somebody
There's
can
a
call?
contact link right on the website.
Okay, alrighty. So if anybody wants to get in touch with the lovely Lisa Robin and find out more about, you know, what they can do, how they can get involved, if anybody's taking a ride down to the Carolinas anytime soon, give a shout, because, you know, we've got to keep those supplies rolling.
Absolutely. It's all about the animals.
Oh, it really is. You know, you should probably, and it just things come to me, and it's kind of like weird, but you should see if you know any long haul truckers.
There is a group out on Facebook that I follow as well. So there are. So that would be a lot
Yeah,
of
there's like-
coordination and
there-
a lot of logistics behind doing that. But it can be
but
done.
there's actually a long haul trucker organization that'll transport dogs.
Yes.
Just like there's the pilots
Yep.
that will transport dogs,
Pilots and
they
paws.
yeah. So you know, there's
Amazing people doing great stuff.
there's some really, really incredible stuff that goes on out there, and you know, you can't beat it with a stick, because it's such a good feeling in the end when
is.
things all come together. I mean, surely you've stood there and seen, like, you know, dog curl up on a blanket or play
yeah.
with a toy for the first
Oh,
time in
my
a long
goodness.
time, and you know, just like that whole happy butt up in the air squiggle tail and the whole bit has just got to make it feel like all worthwhile.
Went
for
down
you.
to Brooklyn to see Sean Casey Animal Rescue, and there was a beautiful pit bull mix there, Judson, and I gave him a toy, and he was so happy. It
Yeah.
was incredible to see him bouncing around and playing.
Yeah, I mean, it really doesn't take much.
He's my boyfriend.
Is he really?
He's gorgeous.
You have to post a picture, and only you can see it if you go on Facebook. So there. Yeah, it's just amazing the things that you can do, and the way it makes you feel when you see just like that tail wag, or you know, them perk up
And kisses.
and kisses and
Lots
and
of
just
kisses.
you know, when you see, like, we call it devil dog, you know, they start running around and they start playing. I mean, it's got to make you feel really good, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. Before
And we help each other out, so.
Yeah, I mean, we all need to be there to have each other's backs. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
You really do. So, it's just the way of life. It really is. Have each other's backs. Don't stop putting the knives in them. But I'll leave that alone. Before we wrap it up, I just want to mention that there is an event in Cheshire next Sunday for Foster and Forever Pet Rescue. It will be between 11 and 3, and if you want more information on that, you can go to the Pound Posse Presents page and find out more about it. I'm planning on being there. As we know, next weekend is rather going to be a little rough on me, I think, because I'll be kind of celebrating. But by Sunday, I'm sure I'll have a little bit left, and I'll be able to go.
Big birthday week.
Yeah, I'll be able to. Thank God it's not a big birthday yet, though. That's next year. But we'll take the wins as we can, and do me a favor, folks. Help me get some of these dogs home. Get in touch with Lisa and see how you can help the cause here. And we're coming up to the end of the show. We've got about, I would say, a minute left.
So happy birthday.
Oh, look at you.
Birthday flowers for you.
Isn't that beautiful?
And we're going to work hard this week to help those dogs.
Aw, look at that, everybody. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So I get all teary-eyed again.
But we're celebrating for January today.
We are absolutely celebrating. And again,
It's all
I
good
can't
stuff.
thank, look at, there we go in the booth again. I can't thank Kristen and her husband enough for taking him in, because that was just a gift. That poor dog, sometimes it happens, like something happens, they get home and something goes terribly wrong. Thank God it wasn't that wrong, but he didn't get hurt, but he ended up back in the pound, and that's just heartbreaking.
Just one more night in the pound.
So we've got our credits up. Now, Lisa, you remember how I end the show?
I don't.
Peace. Come on, do it with me.
Peace.
Peace. Then we do love.
Love.
And dogs.
Ah.
Yeah.
I do double paws.
Double paws. However you want to do it. It's
Puppy
all
paws.
a beautiful thing.
Kitty paws.
Yep. So now we're going dark. Lisa, thank you very